A dramatic shakeup in North Carolina's congressional delegation as Senator Thom Tillis reveals he won't seek re-election next year. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jonathan Lowe. In a statement announcing the bombshell decision, Tillis wrote in part, "The choice is between spending another 6 years navigating the political theater and partisan gridlock in Washington, or spending that time with the love of my life and the rest of our extended family. It is not a hard choice." Senator Tillis shared his decision just a day after voicing his opposition to the massive spending bill. The pushback prompted President Donald Trump to respond, saying he may support anyone who challenged Tillis. We have local reaction to Senator Tillis' announcement, but first, ABC's Jay O'Brien reports on where the legislation stands tonight.
The yeas are 51, the nays are 49. The motion is agreed to.
President Trump's so-called one big beautiful bill clearing its first Senate procedural hurdle by a razor-thin margin. The president calling the vote a great victory. In its current form, the legislation cuts taxes by $4 trillion, making the president's 2017 tax cuts permanent, and includes campaign promises like no tax on tips and overtime. To pay for that, it cuts programs like Medicaid, imposing new work requirements, and slashes clean energy initiatives that were passed during the Biden administration.
We're trying to do hard things that should be done and have to be done. We're $37 trillion in debt. Medicaid has grown 50% in 5 years. It's about to take over Medicare.
Senate Majority Leader John Thune only able to lose 3 Republican votes on last night's crucial hurdle, losing 2 Senators Rand Paul of Kentucky and Thom Tillis of North Carolina. Trump then lashing out at Tillis in a lengthy post, signaling he may support primary challengers against the senator. And late today, in a stunning announcement, Tillis saying he won't seek a 3rd term next year. Every Senate Democrat opposing the bill. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy telling NBC,
"The Congressional Budget Office, nonpartisan, says it's going to kick between 10 and 15 million people off their health care. And for what? To be able to afford a new $270,000 tax cut for the richest families in the country. It's a moral abomination."
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calling for a marathon reading of the bill on the Senate floor, delaying a final vote. Despite surviving this first procedural hurdle, it's unclear if there's enough GOP support for final passage of the bill. Even if it ultimately passes the Senate, it then goes back to the House, where Speaker Johnson faces his own razor-thin majority. As the Senate was getting underway Saturday, billionaire Elon Musk once again blasting the bill, saying slashing those green energy incentives would destroy millions of jobs, describing the legislation as, quote, utterly insane and destructive. Jay O'Brien, ABC News, Washington.
Now, Senator Tillis said he voted against the spending bill due to the cuts to Medicaid included in it. Tonight, reaction is coming in from both parties.
Thom is an independent thinker. Thom is a critical thinker, and people struggle with elected officials being able to do that.
To say that he stood principally on what he believed was right for the country and for the state. That's a good point to go out on, as far as I'm concerned.
Tillis says he will finish his 2nd term, which runs through 2026.